Hey, welcome to KevinandFred.com. We're back. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, listen, I want to talk a little bit. I want to share some aha moments that I had and you had personally at a recent event that we did with Matt Feddick, our good friend from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I almost said in Philadelphia. He's not really in. He's in
Kenneth Square.
Kenneth Square.
Close enough.
But anyway, Matt taught a class recently that we both attended, and was talking around sellers and just kind of how we handle the listing presentation, how we work with sellers, and we're in an ever-changing market right now.
Absolutely.
Right, and especially for real estate agents out there. And so I wanted to share a couple of the highlights that I got anyway from the class. And one of the things that stood out to me, and Matt was really passionate about this, he talked about how selling is about consulting and listening. It is not about talking. In fact, he went on to say that it is not about having a listing presentation if you're a real estate agent. It's about having a listing consultation. No more listing presentations, it's about listing consultations.
Yeah, and Matt's point for that is when it's a presentation, it's all about you and the information you want to get out, you want to spew out and just kind of throw up all over your prospect or potential client.
Yep.
Whereas when it's a consultation, it's all about what's important to them. And if there's one thing that we've learned over the years in dealing with different people and running a sales business is you've got to come from a consultative perspective and understand that not everybody, what's important to this person is not important to that person, may not be the same thing that's important to this person as they select the professional that they work with.
Yeah.
So coming from a consultative approach where you're asking questions, actually finding out what is important to them, as opposed to you telling them what you think's important, completely different.
Absolutely, and he actually gave a tool. He said, if you find yourself saying more than 4 sentences in a row in a listing consultation without asking a question, you're not consulting. If you find yourself saying it 4 sentences in a row or more without asking a question, you're not consulting. You need to engage them. What do you think about that? See, I just did that right there. See, I'm consulting right here on the video. What do you think about that? No, but I mean, it's a really true point is that we just get into this talking mode because we have so much great stuff inside of us and who's the greatest person ever but us.
And you know what, we may have all of the information in the world. We might be the best person ever. You know, just like Gary says, you might be the best you might be the best contract negotiator ever, but if you don't have any leads, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
No one's going to do business with you. So you may have all of the information ever. You might know the data and the market better than anyone else on the planet, but does it really matter if you're not meeting their needs and they don't want to do business with you? Correct.
So what did he say? If you said more than 4 sentences in a row, ask a question. He says, engage them.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about how great you are. It's about how well you can engage other people. That's what the listing presentation, consultation's all about, is it's about sitting down with people and engaging them, finding out what's important to them, and finding out how you can meet their needs. Because if you engage people and you consult with them, that moves them forward. If you present to them, all that does is you spewed out information. And he went through and he gave a bunch of examples how, in a listing, how you could be near the closing 6 months after you took the listing, a year after the listing, a problem comes up, and if you just did a presentation, you have no idea. But if you consulted in the beginning, then you found information out, you went on a fact-finding mission, you found out that this seller has a tough situation that they're selling because of a personal reason or because of a divorce or whatever the case may be, and now it's not just about a problem came up, but you actually understand where it came from.
Yeah. And that right there actually is the difference.
And now you can coach them through and help them rather than just say, well, what's your problem? Right? Because you consulted rather than just presented. So
kind of like he thinks out the beginning or the end from the beginning.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Matt Feddick's a pretty smart guy.
Yep. He also talked about how it's never about the commission. It's always about what they walk away with, their net. So there's a consulting conversation right there. A presentation is, here's my commission. I charge this. Well, how much do you charge? He would flip it around on him. Matt wouldn't even engage in the conversation. He'd be like, well, let's talk around what you're going to get. What's the matter what I charge?
Yeah. Well, it's 6%. It's just flat out.
Yeah, it's 6%, but
that's just my fee. But what is it that you want to get?
Correct.
It's not about what it is I charge. What is it that you want to get out of it?
Correct. I mean, I could charge 10%. I mean, who cares if I can sell your house for $50,000 more than the average person? Who cares if my fee is $5,000 higher? I just made you $45,000 more than the average person can make you. Right? So, and then the last thing I want to share, and he talked a little bit, didn't go real deep, but he went a little bit into Fizzbuzz and expireds, which is a big part of the business we hear.
Certainly.
And I really like how Matt broke it down. He said Fizzbuzz is all about building relationships consistently over time. He used the script, I'm not calling to ask you to list with me, I'm calling to welcome you to the business of real estate sales.
Yeah, I love that script.
Whoa, how cool is that script if you said that on the phone to a Fizzbuzz? Think that might be a relationship building, engaging conversation to open things up rather than, hey, would you like to list with me?
Yeah. Which they've already heard 10 times today.
Yeah, it talks about expireds. It's about speed. It's about solving the problem of why they didn't sell their home the first time.
Yeah.
Right? So it's about how quickly you can get there and how quickly can you solve their problem. It's not about anything else but that.
So Fizzbuzz, it's all about building a relationship over time.
Correct.
Expired, canceled listings are all about speed.
What can you do for me now?
Solve your problem today.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big difference there.
Big
and
difference.
if you approach those two things the same, you're gonna get mixed results because they take different methods.
Yeah, and I'll just quick bonus. When you're in the consultation, one thing Matt talked about is you let the person self-discover the price of their home rather than you telling them what price to nail on. So I just got to say, if you ever have the opportunity to go hear Matt Fettig teach any course specifically around sellers and the listing side of your business, highly encourage you to do it. Matt is an awesome
man.
I mean, he's just fantastic.
Yeah, he's the man.
I mean, there's a reason the guy has grown the real estate business he has in the last 4 or 5 years, coming from no real estate background to 5 years later having 100+ listings and just absolutely kicking tail in the real estate business.
Absolutely. So get a chance to see Matt Fettig. Do it. Do yourself a favor.
All right, we're out of here. We'll see you later.
See you next week.